Welcome to another Dojo video. My name is Sensei Rokas, or recently making it a bit more simple, just saying RokasLeo because of my surname, which it's Lithuanian Leonavicius, which most of you won't be able to pronounce, so we'll just keep it RokasLeo. Anyway, so today we're going to look at another Aikido technique. This time we're going to look at more the technical side, but as always, one of my passions is to explain it in such a way that it would be really easy to catch, really easy to understand, that people could actually learn it without too much frustration. Just a few thoughts about that. Aikido sometimes can be quite overwhelming. You know, you come in and there's so many details. You know, the feet have to be there, the hands there, the body this way, there's a partner. There's just so much content that the brain just overloads. And oftentimes also, when instructors, when they were students and they learned it, oftentimes we learn it in an intuitive way. You just do it and you just kind of catch it. And then when you have to teach it to the students, you expect them to do the same. You just show them and you expect them to catch it. And it takes a long time to do that. So one of the things I'm passionate about is actually to making it as accessible, as understandable as possible, so that the person would catch it and say, oh, okay, I got it. And then you can further develop it. You can make it better. There's much space to learn, but to remove that moment of frustration, which could actually make the person lose his interest in Aikido, that's something that I try to do my best to remove. So that's what we're going to look at today. So the few things I'm going to quickly share is when I teach, sometimes I teach seminars for corporations, and basically when I come in, I know that there's going to be an hour and a half of a seminar to people who most likely I will never meet again, or most of them will never do Aikido again. And I have a short moment to present the philosophy, the transformational side of Aikido, but also the techniques, and it's hard to do that in a short way. So you have to be able to present the techniques in such a way that they're super simplified, but they would still understand more or less how it works. So I'm going to show you just a few techniques if you want to just get a feeling of how Aikido works. Also, if you need to show somebody quickly more or less how Aikido looks and you don't want to work too much on their stance, your stance, you can also use it. And also when a beginner comes to class, you want to show basically just it's like a multi-tool for many situations. The first technique, we're going to look at Kote gaeshi, the wrist turning. So normally the way you do it, there's many ways. One of the more complicated ways is here, the feet are crossed, and there's a lot of details here. Also, let's say if we connect with the arms here, I take him out of balance, I take over the hand, I do the throw. There's a lot, and it's hard for a beginner to see how it works. So the very simplified Kote gaeshi that we're going to look at right now, we stand next to each other, arms are looking at together. My arm goes over his and grabs his hand here. The other hand reflects his hand. So basically like a mirror. Actually just kind of like a copy. It goes one on top of the other, like two spoons come together. Now, I need to go out of my spot where I was. I need to give him space. It's a good point, by the way. I need to give him space, and with his fingers, I show where I want him to fall. So I don't push it towards him. I go through here. So that's it. That's already the principle or the introduction of Kote gaeshi. So once more, hands parallel, we mirror each other, we reflect each other. I grab his hand from the top, the other hand copies his hand. I give space, and I show where to move with the fingers. So that would be a throw. And you don't even need to throw. The person already feels, oh, he has only my hand, but then the rest of my body follows. I fall. They can understand how Kote gaeshi works. And obviously there's a lot you can add. There's a lot of explanations, and most likely we'll do another video about specific details of even this small method, but I think you got the idea. So now the next one we're going to look at is a very simplified version of understanding Sankyo. So he wants to shake my hand. Simple. everyone knows it, everyone can click into it straight away. You don't even need to be in a specific stance, because obviously people who never done it, they won't naturally do it. Now, what you do next, with the other hand, you grab his hand from the other side. In body language, this is called the politician's handshake. So just grab it with both hands. Now, my goal will be to go under his armpit, under his elbow. So I go in, and now the next point that I want to stress is the elbow needs to be lifted up. That's a very important point. Otherwise, Sankyo won't work so well. So now the elbow is here. I grab his wrist, and I slowly turn his wrist as if I would want to give it back to him. So I'm giving back the wrist to him, here. Ideally, you would use the whole hips, you would go with the whole body, but obviously the person who does it for the first time, it's already a lot of material for him. So just enough would be holding his hand and giving it back to him, turning it here. Beginners do a mistake, they oftentimes walk around, but I just give back the hand. There's a good understanding of Sankyo. And now the last technique, we already covered this one more in depth during our previous videos, a simplified Nikyo version. And it's a more tricky technique to explain to people, but it's a powerful way to show how a little point can actually affect a lot if it's the right pressure at the right point. So the way I teach it to people, new people, so again, if we stand in front of each other, so this time he grabs my opposite arm. If we would give the handshake, but rather this time he grabs me. So now I'm going to explain it the way I explain it to the seminar group. So he grabbed me, he's happy, yes, I have him. But actually in Aikido, we're happy because he grabbed me. You know, we love grabs. So he grabbed me, I don't want him to let go, I grab him. So we're both happy. I'm holding him. Now my free hand goes through his back, around, big circle, and grabs his hand. Now, very important, it has to be an angle here. I push the hand into him, and now as if I would be striding a motorcycle, I turn the hand towards him. And now you see, if you know the technique, it's a lot of pressure on the wrist. He immediately goes down, and that's very impressive for people to see that you don't use strength, but if you put it at the right position, the pressure, it works quite well. So that's again a good way to show a person that how Aikido works and how powerful it can be. So there's much more content there, but this time we're going to stop here. I hope these techniques will help you if you're in a rush and you need to quickly show some Aikido techniques. Again, we're going to look at them more in depth later, but I hope you found something you were searching for already here, at least for the beginning. So all in all, thank you for my uke, thank you for the camera person, and so this time I'm going to say this was RokasLeo, and see you on the virtual mat again soon.